Check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Testing. Testing, testing. Sexual chocolate. Why you hello? Hello, hello, hello. Why are you interrupting? You interrupting?
Something going on.
Yeah,
Mic check. Mic check.
Testing, testing. I can hear you. Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Mic check. I can't hear myself. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
Hello, hello, hello.
Check, check, check.
You. Keep talking.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Mic 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 check.
You good?
Mic check.
And this is the thing that always concerns me.
Mic check. Mic check.
You need me to check this one?
Yeah.
Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
A little closer.
Hello, hello. That's good? Alright. What?
Just use, I think you're going to use this one.
Show.
That one, that's that.
Okay, so this one's one. So that's number one. So
You want me to test it again? Or him?
number two.
That's in your way.
That's one. Who you want to sit at? Right here?
Mic check.
All right, I'm going to put you on this one. Okay, so you want plus one, you want two, and you want four.
Alright.
All right, it's about that time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
As my lips blossom with the juice of sweet nectar, and my belly feels free of desire.
She is kind of nasty, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
She is. That goddamn girl.
This is you, right?
See, don't you be number 3, okay?
For the sake of my ass. Can you please switch chairs?
Oh damn! Oh yeah! Now I see it.
Thank you. You do love me.
Tad bit. Ooh. We ready?
We'll put you on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone, and you're listening to the Intimacy Chronicles. I am your host, the Queen. To my left,
What's happening, everyone? This is Dr. Love. What's going on?
over there in the corner, trying to be incognito
With no microphone.
with no microphone. Let them see your hand or something, man. I'm just saying. To the left.
To the left.
To the left. I already see what kind of night it's going to be. I mean, first of all, who's drinking all of that? I'm just saying.
Don't fucking judge me.
I'm not. It's my birthday week. Oh,
Oh.
but wait a minute. Before I forget, over there in the corner, setting up for the music, is the Quiet Storm.
To the left, to the left.
He's to the left. You know. I think it's going to be kind of live tonight. You know, we weren't able to do the show last week, so we have a lot of stuff to say. Just a reminder, anybody that's looking to come out on Friday, July 14th, I will be celebrating my 51st birthday at Corinthians Restaurant and Lounge.
Woo!
Yeah, baby. 7107 Windsor Mill Road, Windsor Mill, Maryland, 21244. I believe the time is 7 to 11. I'm just saying, listen. I just know I'm going to be there.
Really? Okay.
So, if you miss Friday, I will also be celebrating on the actual day of my birthday, which is the 15th, at Slate Lounge, 9036 Liberty Road. Not sure what time that's going to be. I had to double check that, but
okay.
I'll post it on the Intimacy Chronicles.
Here we go.
Here we go. Because
Slate.
this is a national holiday.
Right.
Didn't nobody tell y'all?
Right, well,
I'm just saying.
I was.
Because she's the queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Tonight it's kind of going to be like a free flow of topics. I know I had something that I wanted to discuss, but I think I'm going to let the guys take the lead on this one, and I'll just get in where I fit in. So,
Yeah.
Dr. Love, Quiet Storm, and Mr. Sensational, what's on your mind? I mean, let's not
you know
get
what?
tongue-tied because
I'm so used to starting. You know, but I'm gonna
well,
open the floor tonight.
Okay, let's get it.
I'm gonna open the floor tonight and
should I be
allow
afraid? Should I be afraid?
Mr. Sensational to go ahead and start.
Okay, let's get it.
I have a mic.
Oh,
Let's slide that one over.
ain't no problem. Here you go, sir. There you go.
And look like he's gearing up, folks. I mean,
He's gearing. He is gearing.
be live.
He is gearing
Ooh.
up. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Get
we
your
can-
sexy on. La 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 la.
Yeah.
So, tonight, you know, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let Mr. Sensational do his thing. Yeah.
Fuck love.
The opinion expressed is not the view of the queen. Let me just clear the air. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So, you know, relationships can sometimes spiral out of control. So, do you have the mind frame that, okay, fuck love, or do you just get back on that horse and ride again?
You mean the same horse that knocked you the fuck
Not
off?
the same horse.
Nah.
I'm just saying, is that like the end all be all if the relationship doesn't work? Okay, you said fuck love, so let's get it.
Yeah. There you go.
Money, get your grind, the hell with everything else.
That's the beginning of the end talking. So as time
The end
progresses,
is there.
right, I'm saying, but as time progresses, let's say 6 months down the line, will you still feel that way? Not about the current situation, but about maybe somebody else. Are you closed-minded to dating someone else?
Maybe you didn't hear my first statement.
I heard that, and I know where that's coming from. I'm talking about later on down the line.
I referred to my first statement.
Loosen him up. Give him a little something.
Yeah.
It's gonna be long.
Who we cracking first? White pear,
No,
peach.
that.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you must have been eyeing this one.
That's my
Oh,
favorite
that's because
one.
it's a Moscato. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've all kind of been in, I guess, tumultuous.
This has been
relationships.
This has been a rough 3 weeks. You know, it's been a rough 3 weeks. I'm going to just leave it at that.
Yeah. You gonna get over or?
This has, you know, this has been a rough 3 weeks, and things ain't, you know, what it used to be and what it should be. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Here you go, Queen.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
just saying. Drink,
Happy
Storm.
birthday to
Yes, I shall partake.
you. Shall
See, that's that bullshit. Let me tell you the reason why. When you were on vacation, couldn't get him to drink a motherfucking thing. Now all of a sudden you
it's
back.
my birthday week.
That's
and
that
so
bull.
I'm just saying.
That is that bull.
Give it to me, you know. I mean,
that bull. You
right,
know what?
Right.
Okay.
It's
So
been
what you know what?
It seems like the fellas have had a very interesting past couple of weeks.
We held it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
But you didn't have the issues that they had.
Well, you know, their issues are my issues. You know, I feel their pain as well.
You going with that?
Huh?
Are you going with that? Because
I
I
don't
thought
know.
we were laying low.
At least somebody is.
Let me
Let me tell you.
Let me find out what their issues are.
Let me tell you what I told him.
I'm just saying. I mean, I thought when we talked on the phone, you were laying low. That's
I told her. I said, listen, if you know like I know, you better stay away from us.
Okay.
This shit is
I'm beginning to
cancerous.
think this is kind of cursed. I mean,
This shit is cancerous.
Because that stuff happened in threes, right?
you said that right, and I kept thinking about that. And I'm like, wait, hold up, wait.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, cheers.
I'm just saying. Cheers to. Yes.
What is that on? 78? What is that on?
74.
No.
Oh yeah, we gotta turn that down to 70. Jesus
I got it.
Christ, I'm about to melt. Oh, that's the thing. I
got
feel
it.
like the Wicked Witch. I'm melting. Yeah, man, that's good. That's good.
I know you going up.
You said 70, right?
No.
What you putting it on?
Alright, so it's on 64, but the thing about it is, it's got to cool the room off. That's why it's 74 in here. It's on 60. It's on 64.
Okay.
But it got to drop down 10 degrees in here before
I'm
it get.
feeling. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's too hot to be
So,
alive.
Too hot to be
Oh my
alive.
God! Let me just say this, and then I'm gonna let you take the floor. You know, Mr. Sensational left that aggressive, angry statement. So, here's my take on it. I think relationships, you know, they're constantly evolving. For one, number two. I'm gonna say that. See, I'm not the only one. First, I thought it was my flashes, but you over there trying to get yourself together. I think that when we enter these relationships, and I always say this, people always show you who they are. You all can talk about the representative all day, every day, but there still is a side of them that they show you. It's not all representative. I think sometimes what they present is who they are. So you notice little things and you overlook them, and then those little things grow into bigger things, and then you're sitting there like, what the hell just happened? But you have to see these things early on. I mean, I'm opening it up to y'all, but that's what I think, that you see certain things early on.
But what are red flags versus deal breakers and, you know, things that you could put up with? You know, because, you know, sometimes you might see hints of stuff.
Right.
But is it a deal breaker?
Maybe it depends on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, since you opened the floor, what's a deal breaker and what's just a red flag to you?
Well, I'm trying to remember, like, I remember, you know, dating, and what I saw was a red flag but like for instance, here's a situation, she was sitting in my car, I had picked up the mail, I was still living with my parents' house, so I picked up my mail, and I had my mail in my car, and it was, my bank statement.
Okay.
I didn't open it. So I left it in my car. She was in her car, and I stepped out my car for a second to do something. I came back. My mail was in.
Ooh.
Right? And she looked at my bank statement. Right? And I was like, what's up with that?
That's a deal breaker. Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Right.
Because that's the beginning of constantly going through your things.
Yeah. But I didn't see it at the time.
Right.
I kind of looked at it. I looked at it sideways, but at the same time, I didn't end the relationship or anything like that. Well, it wasn't even a big argument.
Right.
But after we broke up, that same person compromised my account, stole my identity, opened up a credit card with me as a co-signer. You know, based on that information.
Wow. So in that case, she probably was already planning to do something. She wanted to see what you were working with. You know, people are shady, you know. I'm trying to think what was a deal breaker for me. Gosh, it's been so long.
We're talking about behaviors, right?
Behaviors, yeah. I don't know. I have to think on that.
See, and I'm gonna be a little controversial here. I always say.
You mean more so than usual?
More than yeah, I'm the lame one, right? No, but I always say, you know, guys will put up with a crazy person if you proportionally fine.
And I hear guys say that. I think us as women, I think we'll put up with certain things for two reasons. Fine, and the dick is the bomb.
Yeah.
You know. However, I think it begins to be a thin line, because how much crap do you have to take just because he's fine and just because he can lay pipe? Because I think that you can get that from someone else. You know what I'm saying? So how much of yourself do you compromise in order to continue to receive that? Because I think that when you look at the mental breakdown of, let's say this person, he's a cheater. Look at the psychological effect that would have on you. I'm not going to just say, you know, the man, but women cheat too. So look at, if you keep taking this person back, what's to motivate them to change? You're going to take them back, so you're still agreeing to the relationship on their terms.
Yeah.
What would motivate them to change if you keep taking them back?
That's if the person wants. It depends on what you want, because I think what it boils down to is if the bullshit outweighs the good, or the perception of the good that he's bringing to the table. Let's talk from a male perspective.
Okay.
You find, you know, half of the stuff. I mean, if you super fine, the normal guy, gonna put up with all that quirkiness and that craziness and stuff like that. But I have to argue, if you average. You know,
it's a deal breaker.
Be like, girl, what you mean you don't eat red meat, girl? Go somewhere.
I think for me,
yeah.
Since we're talking about what's a deal breaker, I'm gonna say my number one deal breaker is cheating.
Yeah,
I'm selfish. I'm not sharing cheating.
Yeah.
I'm not sharing with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you need to do that, you can leave.
Yeah.
Well,
cheating-
let's
cheating is a deal breaker.
let's dial it down. Instead of saying cheating, we're talking about behaviors that might, you know, like you might, like we might. I mean, because cheating is something like, okay, that's extreme. We're
Yeah,
talking
and I
about,
think
like,
it's
little
personal
things.
for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I never make any secrets about how my dad was. So coming up, you know, I'm always thinking, I don't want that. I don't want a man that's a serial cheater.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was always at the top of my list.
But then you got the not the worst case, but so other extreme, very minor, squeezing the toothpaste from the top instead of the bottom.
That's minor, you
Right,
know,
right. So
or the
somewhere in
toilet
between.
paper is the wrong way or
Right,
something.
right.
You know, that's not really a big deal.
Right.
If you think that you're gonna lay hands, one of us going to jail, it's probably gonna be me.
I'm gonna tell you automatically,
So-
if it ever gets to that point where you feel like that you are at that point where you feel like you get ready to lay hands, like that relationship is not healthy. I mean, I know, you know, y'all argue back and forth and different things like that, and you say certain things out of anger, you know, but it still should be some kind of control where it's not to the point where you ready to put your hands on somebody.
Because at some point, shouldn't you make up your mind that this isn't worth it, I'm walking away? I mean, I know women, we're guilty of being able to really push our buttons. I know that. I know that
Yes, Lord.
when I'm to that point, it's like no holds barred.
Well, you
know
petty
what I'm
anyway.
saying? I'm petty, and I make
You
no,
petty
you know,
anyway. So I
I'm
mean,
always upfront about that. I am petty.
you know,
But
I
it
mean,
takes a lot to get me to a certain point. You get warnings.
Yeah.
And once I'm at that point, it's kind of like, I remember one time being so angry. And I can't even remember what happened. But what I remember saying is, when I come back in here, if shit ain't right, I'm going to rain down hell in this motherfucker.
Wow, did you just hear that?
Yeah.
That she was going to rain down
And I meant that.
hell.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
and it's not often that I'm angry to that point.
Raining down hell.
Yeah. Well, damn it.
Damn.
Don't
That
judge
means
me.
it was about to be some stuff going
It was
down.
about to be, yeah. But
about to go
when I
down.
got back home, things was rectified. Because I'm never like angry like that. And if I'm to that point, you better watch out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like I understand certain words that get said or whatever, but see, sometimes whether you're a male or whether you're female, you gotta learn how to walk away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's never hard to walk away.
Okay.
It's never hard to walk away. You just walk away. But at the same token, you know, whether you're a male or female, sometimes that person always got to have the last say. They always got to have the last say. It can't be something said and then they leave it alone. It's always got to be in the battle of who gonna have that last word? Who gonna be the reign supreme?
So,
Bump that, man.
and
I don't need to be the reign
mean,
supreme.
do I have to have the last word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Not all the time, though. Sometimes it's just like, my mind frame is like, I ain't with this mess today. So, in my younger day, I would say probably in my late 20s, early 30s, I always had to have the last say. Now it's like, I pick my battles.
And, you know, it's the same with me. First of all, not to get too much into my situation, but I'm not an arguing person. I don't like to argue. You know, when you sometimes you could be put into a situation where you're more say forced to argue with the person.
Okay.
Because if the person is saying something that could be true, you don't have to comment, but we do.
Right. Just
If the
just
person's,
because.
you know, it's just because, like, you're just not gonna have a person just say what they want, and you not say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes, you know, it's best to be silent, not say anything.
Silence is golden.
But I mean,
Sometimes
hell,
you defend yourself, right?
well, yeah. I mean, but as a man, you're going to defend yourself, especially if something's not true. If it's a lie, you know, if it's, you know, it ain't really too much of the smart mouth, but sometimes it is, you know, because the one thing that I was told is, you know, you know, if you're a man, you're a man as well as I'm a man. You put your pants on the same way I put mine on. And it's the same with a woman. You know, you put your dress on the same way I put my dress on. I mean, I don't wear dresses. I'm just making a statement of what women say.
Yeah, because I just got a visualization that
That's
was
like
out of this
you-
I
world.
mean, don't get that visual. Don't get that visual. That you know, don't get that visual.
Oh,
But
man, I can't unsee it.
I know.
listen.
Yeah,
we
man.
already trying to cool down in this place.
I'm still.
They don't need to get a visual and then you
Jesus
pass out.
Okay.
You know, I'm telling you,
That's
because the
probably why I
vision.
got instantly hot.
That's the kind of vision. Well, hot in a good way, or I mean, hey.
Temperature wise.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I was about to say it again. Me in a dress.
It's not the same now. The moment has passed.
But you know, the thing about it is, like you were saying, you pick and choose your battles.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you walk into a battle that you ain't picked,
Yeah.
so you gotta fight your way out of it.
But I
You
think
know?
the thing that, as men, that you all don't understand, a lot of women love to argue. But if you're silent, that pisses us off.
Yeah.
But we can't argue with ourselves. So I'd say in most cases, if you walk away, the argument ends because we're not going to look like idiots and keep fussing and you're ignoring us. So,
Yeah, I mean
I'm just saying.
that's true. That's true, but then it always take that female or always take that male to say that one thing that they know you won't be silent about.
yeah, because you know when we're sharing things about ourselves and then in the heat of an argument,
You bring it back
you
up.
bring
Yeah.
it back up.
Yeah.
And you're like, I told you that in confidence.
Especially after
Yeah.
we supposed to let dead dogs
And
lie.
right, but when you're out to hurt because you've been hurt, it's kind of like nothing's off limits.
It's like you share something, you know, because I want you to open up. I want you to share.
Right,
Yeah,
right, and
you're
it's
like,
you.
That is the back
Look,
door.
look, and you start crying and talking about, yeah, my mama used to dress me up as with girl clothes.
Sucker.
And my father was a drunk, and the next thing you know, 2 months later, that's why your father is a drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why you gotta be careful
Like, hey,
about who you
I
know
told
what
you that 'cause we
what
were
you
sharing.
expose.
Yeah.
What you expose. You
Yeah,
gotta be careful.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but look, here's another line. How you expect for me to help you if you don't talk to me?
I know. Yeah.
Well, our intention is always to help, but when you take us to that point,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like we just come out the woodwork and say, that's why your mother's a drunk or whatever. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
that's the
you've
reason
taken
why
us
we
to
stay.
that point.
That's the reason why we stay
But
quiet.
then we share too, and it's used against us. So it's like,
How? We don't play by those.
No.
No.
We as men,
you saying y'all never ever use what a woman has told you against them in an argument. Not never.
Maliciously
Not-
get to hurt.
Is there any
Nah.
other way?
I don't remember doing it.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I don't.
And you're
I don't.
okay. So
I don't remember saying something. Put it like this: I was in a relationship where I found out about her and certain things that she done.
Mm-hmm.
When we got into an argument, I never lashed that back out, especially if we said that behind closed doors on a intimate conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And there were some things that I had shared with a female, and the minute that she didn't like what went on, oh my God, she told my homeboy, she told my brother, and mind you, these are things that I've kept to myself.
Right.
That I never shared, with family or friends.
Mm-hmm.
And now they like, I mean, when she told them, it was like, they were like, why are you telling me this? Like, did Nate tell you to tell us this? You know what I'm saying? But now that they know, it's fine and dandy. But it's like, I think that's part of the reason why I just don't, I just can't open, not unless I know that this is long term, this is going to be wifey. Mm-hmm. There are some secrets that we as men, we hold to ourselves. Now, when you're married, is a different story because you're supposed to tell your wife everything.
And I think that sometimes it's all in who you chose to confide in, because not everybody is on that level to be able to hold certain information. Sometimes it's a judgment call, but in the moment you feel connected to that person and feel like you can share certain things, not realizing they weren't the right person for you to share that information with.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is you never know about a person, until later on down the line, and then at that point you feel a little messed up because now
they violated.
They done something to violate, and then two, now they know something about you that you kept to yourself. Mm-hmm. And who knows who they telling.
Right.
Who knows who they telling? Because, it's not intentionally that they're going to blurt it out. But the conversation will go like this. Yeah, girl, whatever happened to that dude you was messing with? Oh, who? Nate? Oh. No, we ain't together no more, he had da-da-da-da going on and da-da-da. Like, it's just going to flow. And not knowing you got to catch yourself and be like, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying? Because, I know you got, women got girlfriends, we got homeboys or whatever. But, sometimes it ain't best to tell all of your business to your homegirls or to your homeboys. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I mean, you gotta trust somebody though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might think that is the person, but one thing I see that once it gets to that level, thin line between love and hate is a very thin line, and they all up in their emotions. At that point, the relationship has gone from a love to a hate relationship.
Right.
And that's where the maliciousness comes, where they're just using everything against you because of their hurt.
And see, when you talk about a thin line between love and hate, we talking about a sewing thread line.
Yeah, it is.
Now I know it's probably a line thinner than that, but for right now, it's a sewing thread line.
But I think that, and I'm just going to speak from a woman's standpoint, when we are hurt and we feel like we've given our all into a relationship and we might feel like we were treated a certain kind of way, I think in that moment you kind of lash out because you feel like I've given everything and this is the thanks I get. I think that some things happen before then to push you to a certain point.
But see, some women and some men already come into the relationship with that baggage that they thought that they tried to put away and they never put it away, and they thought that this person had the answers.
And
you understand what I'm saying?
That said person do something misleading.
Then next thing you know, that person's getting all the backlash.
I think the point that I'm trying to make here is we all come into relationships with baggage. I think that you decide what you want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? When people go off in a relationship, it's never just about one party. It's things that are leading up to that. Nobody just blows up just for the hell of it. There are circumstances in between that.
I understand blowing up. Don't get me wrong. I understand blowing up. But when you get to the point where you got to be malicious, doing malicious stuff, that's uncalled for. Because now it's been gone from where we can just be friends to now I hate you. Just like he just said.
And that, but
Where
that
it turns into a hate relationship.
Yeah, because
Realize
feelings
their
are
perception.
involved.
But their perception is, you know, you saying, and I agree with you. I say it's uncalled for, but you're not. That's how we feel. They
Right.
They feel that their maliciousness is justified.
Don't get me wrong. There are women who pushes buttons.
Yeah,
I've seen it. There are women who pushes buttons. Is there? And I had this conversation on Saturday, that women pushes buttons, so do men.
Yeah.
Is there what's the word I want to use?
Maybe it's a personality.
Is there a reason that a man hits a woman out of anger? That's uncalled for, because as men we're supposed to have a certain sense of strength where we walk away. You know what I'm saying? Is there a reason that women hit men? I believe that y'all should have. I mean, y'all don't have the same strength as we do. Now, if a man gets slapped, okay, that was wrong, but you a man, you can take a slap.
Now, but here's what I'm gonna say on that, because,
Huh?
There's verbal abuse.
It's
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
And
I think
you know what,
that's more so now than the physical.
It's worse.
Because,
That's worse
yeah.
than physical.
Because then you get into the psychological.
Exactly. And I think, you know, getting back to hitting, I know women that hit men thinking, oh, he's not going to hit me back, he's a man. So at what point, and I'm not justifying domestic violence, but if you got somebody and she's constantly smacking on you or whatever because she knows you're not going to hit her, at what point? I mean, you can sustain her, but where do you draw the line? You know, she pick up something to hit you over the head. I mean, I think that you should call 911. But I think that in that moment, you never know how a person will react. You know, because then it's really gone far. You know, sometimes women do stuff to provoke so that they can get you arrested because they're so angry, and that is their revenge tactic.
I believe that when it comes down to that point of hands-on, whether it's the male or whether it's female, that relationship now has become voided.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I walked away from a relationship like that before, and I remember the first time she put her hands on me. She hit me, right? And she kind of closed her eyes and looked at
Because
my.
she didn't know what was coming next.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when she opened up her eyes and she saw that I wasn't going to put my hands on her, then it escalated, you know. And I said, you know what?
It wasn't worth it.
This ain't gonna work
Yeah,
because
it wasn't
you're
worth it.
gonna drive me to retaliate, and it's not.
And see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Women push buttons because they want a reaction. They want to be able to.
And that's what I wanted to ask you 5 minutes ago. Like because let's say you have, and I don't want to stereotype relationships where men are always calm and women are the ones who like to argue. But let's say you have a situation where the woman wants the man's not showing enough emotion, and you guys trying to elicit an emotional response, where y'all you see the fact that he's not sharing and not as emotional as you as a sign of him not caring. So let's say you're in a situation where you try to get an emotional response that's on your level, because you equate him being on your level as caring. Because if he act like, okay, if he's calm, and or if he handles that situation, let's say stress. You got a stressful situation. Let's say y'all together, y'all got some bills. Okay, let's say something like that. It's driving you crazy, and the man's sitting there like, okay.
He's nonchalant.
Yeah. But he's processing in a different
Right.
way.
Yeah.
When you're emotional and your perception because of his responses, you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So you continue to say, you know, to make this add more drama so he can respond. So I meant to ask you, as far as that, or not necessarily those situations, but like, have you tested how far you can go?
As far as getting
Your
that
partner.
emotion,
Yeah. Do you know how far, at some point, you and your partner been together for forever.
yeah.
And you know that limit.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that you know that limit is because you probably tested it
Mm-hmm.
to see how far you can go.
Now I'm gonna address that lack of emotion, because I think that we have to understand that when we get into these relationships, everybody's not on the same level emotionally. And I think what I've noticed in my own relationship is it took a while for him to get to a certain level of where he could express himself emotionally, because he grew up with
But it doesn't mean he didn't care.
exactly.
Right.
But people have their own way of showing. Just because I'm not getting the response that I'm hoping to get, it doesn't mean that he doesn't care. But I think that's something you learn over time. You have to grow in the relationship. You have to know that person. You're still getting to know them. And so if they don't respond the way you think, it doesn't mean that they don't care. I think that if you keep pushing, I think that sometimes you do more damage than you do good, because you're pushing for something that perhaps they're not capable of providing. Does it mean that they care less? No, it just means that they have their own way of working through things. And I think a lot of times as women, we are guilty of trying to make the man think how we think, feel how we feel. The way you all process and the way we process is totally different. I've learned that over the years in watching other relationships. I know relationships where the man is more emotional than the woman. So it comes down to me about knowing your partner. If I tell you, listen, we're behind in BG&E, like probably by tomorrow, we're going to be coming home to the dark, and you don't respond, I'm not going to look at it like, oh, well, you just don't care. Because you're probably trying to figure out where the money's coming from.
But that's how you feel in that.
But I'm saying 20 years ago,
you don't
I
care.
mean, he took care of everything.
Yeah.
So, but with some things, it's like, I would go to him and say, so and so and so, and he would say, mm-hmm, and I'm like, mm-hmm.
Right.
What the hell you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, but I mean, that was 20 years ago.
20 years ago, yeah. Right,
so things change, and in those relationships, you're learning your mate.
Yeah.
So if you still haven't learned them and they're emotionless about something that's major, you are going to go off. And you going off is going to cause a big argument, because your assumption is they don't care enough to respond.
Right.
But that's not true.
And it's about perception, because, again, to you, that's the end of the world.
Right.
To me, I was like, okay, we're going to be in the dark, we're going to make some babies.
Okay, right, because that's the thing. It's an upside to
It's
everything.
not the end of
I
the
mean,
world.
you're here.
help.
You're here to discuss it. You know what I'm
maybe.
saying? Some people didn't wake up,
Right.
but you're here.
Yeah.
So what? The lights are going to be off. So what? The phone bill might be off. You're here together.
Yeah.
People haven't. I think a lot of times in relationships we get so caught up
Right. Material.
in the material, right? But think of the generations before us with so much less, and they got by. Let me read some of these comments. Hey Tara. Hey Wheezy. Chase says, absolutely talking, saying exactly what's on your mind instead of talking. Wait a minute. Talking slick to reach. Oh, to each, yeah. And I think that's another thing. When we don't get the reaction we want, we tend to throw slurs. And I'm speaking from a woman's standpoint because I've been guilty of this. So I know that a lot of women do this, and I'm not picking on y'all ladies. I'm just giving my perspective from a woman, because I know that sometimes, I used to react a certain way, but as you grow, you learn better ways to communicate.
Well, let me defend the men on this one. I believe automatically that communication always has number one in a relationship. So if you come to me and say that there's a chance that we may be in the dark tomorrow, number one, if you and your spouse have that communication going on, technically she shouldn't even have to tell you, because you already know what the bills is.
Well, not necessarily, because in some households you have one person that writes out the checks.
Okay, but at the same point, that even when you say to me that the lights are out, me as a man, just like he was saying that he's sitting there processing, but at the same token, you need to let the woman know or let the man know that, I got it, baby. I'm already aware of it, and I'm going to take care of it. I don't think that y'all was those slurs if y'all got an answer from us. Now,
but that's the
sometimes
point
we may say that, and y'all still throw slurs.
Because we're not believing it.
See, that's
And that's when you're doing that, then
see,
you're at the point where your relationship is malicious.
Right, and
you're harboring feelings of resentment.
Because
but where did the trust come in at?
Wait, because that same relationship, the lights was out a couple of months ago, and you said you was going to take care of it.
Yep.
But did I take care of it?
No, didn't I just say the lights was out a couple of months ago?
Okay, but it doesn't mean. See, here's the thing. If you tell me that, right? No, what I'm saying is that if you say that the lights is gonna be cut off, and I tell you I got it, and the lights get cut off, it doesn't mean that I didn't take care of it.
But the lights are off.
No. Let's just say that the lights are off, but BGE already got their money, so they gotta send the man back out to turn them back on.
But what I'm saying, as your
you know what I'm saying?
God damn it, you missed the deadline, so we're in the dark.
But let me tell you something. When you get to that point, there's other things that's contributed to
exactly.
And like you said, you harboring feelings of resentment. And today it's about the lights, but it's about something else that you never addressed.
Or you may have addressed and it's unresolved.
And then then I'm gonna tell you what we turn around and do. Or let's say the role is usually reversed. So let's say you say to me about the electricity. But let's say I get the electric back on, right? But let's say you're in charge of the damn phone bill. In our minds, we can't wait till the bitch is cut off. And you all gonna hear it.
Right, and you're right. And
you all are gonna hear it.
See, there lies the problem, because then it begins to be, like you said, tit for tat. So every time something happens, you didn't do this. Well, you didn't do that, and then it escalates.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you now, when my wife does tit for tat, I just say tat.
Oh my God, that probably annoys the hell out of her.
But she's supposed to give me.
Oh, she's supposed to give you tit?
Yeah.
Oh God. Weezy said, "Here we go, Nate World."
Nate World.
Tell Weezy to keep on boxing up that food and leave me alone.
She off tonight. I mean, I think a lot. When you start thinking about relationships and the things that happen in them, a lot of issues are from perception. And if you're not effectively communicating with one another, that your perception is going to cause things to escalate into a big argument because of, again, how you perceive things.
Right.
If you are communicating with one another, you don't have to assume certain things. These are things that you all should be discussing.
My aunt says men are literal, women are more internal and abstract, and I'm trying. You gotta come a little more clear.
Let's abstract.
I
Yeah,
think
abstract. You gotta come a little more
Now,
abstract.
Real
if I had to-
real abstract right there.
if I had to describe me,
I love you, Auntie.
Yeah.
thanks for your comment, Auntie. If I had to
Yeah.
describe me, what you see with me is what you get.
Damn.
I'm not. You're not gonna go around the Mulberry Bend trying to explain something to me. I am all the time a cut to the chase kind of person.
Okay.
I don't like all that.
Yeah, but if you cut,
And you know I'm like that.
but if you're a cut to the chase person, it's bad enough that
Right,
you got to be
Tiana,
cut
I'm a
to the
free
chase.
spirit.
But then you turn around and deliver the why. If I said to you, look, the light's gonna be cut off tomorrow.
I am like that. I want to know why.
I'm thinking you gonna say, okay, well, okay, I'm glad you told me. With you, it's gonna be a turnaround of, what the fuck do you mean the lights are off?
That's me. I'm telling you.
What
I
you
mean,
mean?
I want to know.
You didn't know that the bill was due?
I want to know. I'm gonna ask whatever's on my mind. I'm gonna ask whatever I'm gonna say.
And see, sometimes women don't understand that we make decisions in our head. Sometimes it's not the best decisions, but sometimes it's the decisions that we need to go with. Now, I'll give you a prime example.
Okay, but wait, when you said the decision that we need to go with, I want to know why we need to go with that decision.
Okay, I'll give you a prime example. Let's say it came down to a decision of either pay your car note or pay the electric bill. I choose to pay your car note. Let me tell you the reason why. If you miss the car note, they may come repossess the car. If they repossess the car, you can't get to work. If you can't get to work, that means now it's my responsibility to make sure you get to work. Because we still got to get the money in. So I choose for us to be in the dark, maybe a day, but you still driving.
You still on that.
But you still driving.
Richard want to make babies.
Yeah, when life give you lemons.
Listen, let me tell you like this.
I can understand.
First of
that.
all, it's too damn hot to have your electricity cut the fuck off.
But
that's
if it's
number
in the,
one.
Wait, right, I was going to say, if it's in the summertime and my hot flashes are on full blast,
Jeez.
damn that car note, I need you to take
Hot
care
flashes
of this.
come on like a dragon.
Yeah.
But-
Let me read Chase's comment. Oh, wait a minute. Weezy said, oops, here we go. Nate, women again. Chase says, give up the money. If you love them, you won't say things to purposely hurt each other, which is true. But strong enough to tell her, sit her ass down, then walk away.
Who said that?
Don't Chase. Don't ever.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you,
Don't
Chase.
ever feed in. And wait, let me read the rest. Don't go to bed with the bullshit. Cause your show is fire. Jersey supports you. That's what's up. Love you, baby.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. What's up, cuz?
Weezy said, make your point and calm down.
She said,
Tell Weezy go. Ain't it Weezy's bedtime?
But wait a minute, let me tell you something. When we touching a subject that's
Don't go there. Don't go there.
when
Don't
we
go
are
there.
touching a subject
Don't go there.
that's in your backyard, let me say that.
Don't go there.
You like raise up and you just go on 10 easily. Now don't he?
He's very passionate.
He's very passionate, yes.
That's right. You got to be passionate about what you do. I understand.
Okay, but I mean, I be hearing edge.
No.
in your voice.
No. But what I'm saying is that we make decisions that's going to benefit the house at that time.
But now, who would you say, and I know y'all gonna probably say the men, but I'm gonna disagree.
Well, if you already know, don't need to say
But
it.
I'm gonna ask it anyway. I think when it comes down to rational decisions, who would you say make the best rational decisions?
Men.
In my relationship,
Men.
Period.
I hate the stereotype, because people are different. There's rational
People are.
and then there's
Let's
people-
talk about yours.
Oh, my relationship, I make the rational.
There you go, my man.
And my wife's emotional.
Okay, and I think I've been opposite. I think nobody would probably really categorize me as emotional. And I've been guilty of being a little hard at times. Not intentional, but I think I could be the nicest person in the world, but I am blunt.
Well, because you're a business. You stay in there's a business mode.
Right. Yeah.
Problem
Yeah.
solving and that kind of process, and it's like okay, so some, and like I said, it's a different personality.
Yeah.
I know I got some brothers. I got some homeboys who emotional as hell.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
And they like
Yeah.
arguing.
Yeah.
And I sit up there, and sometimes they be arguing with me over dumb shit. I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna drink my glass of wine. You can
Okay, because it's not
Well,
productive.
yeah.
I think that to be going back and forth, there's so many other things we could be doing.
Right.
I'm just not with all of that fussing.
But I'm just saying, if the lights go out, I ain't making no babies. Not
But
in
we
this
can
heat.
do the act of
Not in
making
thi-
a baby.
Not in this heat.
But if it's 90 something degrees, hot flashes in full effect, don't touch me.
Telling you. I'm
I'm
telling
trying
you.
to find a cool spot on the
Telling
bed,
you.
you know.
Both of y'all smelling like Polish sausage.
You know what?
That's it. We always take it far. Oh my
Bullshit.
God. Always take it.
Both of y'all sweating like the sausages, the sausage or the hot dog on the 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven.
Clean and unsoiled, but sweaty and wet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Don't touch
Yeah,
me.
no.
Don't touch me.
Shoot.
Again, when we're in these relationships, there are certain conversations that should be had. I think that you can't fly into them blind. I think that also, as you're getting to know people, you want to find out what their triggers are. When it comes to the bills, you always have to have an open discussion.
But it depends on where you at in the relationship.
True,
Like,
yeah.
You guys are, like, I remember breaking down, and I'm dating, me and the wife dating, we happy, and my little hoopty broke down.
Mm-hmm.
No stress because we were together.
Right,
You see what
yeah.
I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if we didn't get along, or if there was some kind of resentment, or if I didn't want to be or we at that stage,
Mm-hmm.
I break down, and she's pouting and she's
Or
inconvenient,
fussing
right.
and making the situation
so all
worse.
depends on where you're at in the relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I
my
agree.
opinion.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not emotional because I can be, especially when something happens out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a prime example. I was just getting ready to start the job on Saturday.
Right.
And I had already had my finances set for gas all this week or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, I was on my way home, and the alternator gauge came on in the truck,
Mm-hmm.
which means that I needed, the battery light came on, so I needed an alternator. Wind up going to get an alternator, whatever. But the whole time while I'm heading to AutoZone, I begin to become emotional because I'm like, situations like this always happens when you got money that you really don't want to touch,
Yeah.
but now you got to touch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that I cried because I didn't, but I got really emotional because I'm like, why this happen?
Yeah. And
Why
that's
did
it.
this
You do
happen
feel
now,
like
man?
that.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
You do feel
Why did
like
this
that.
happen right
Yeah.
now? And I got emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing I could do was just thank God that one, I had the money to get the part, and then two, I'm a mechanic, so it was an easy slap on. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So,
right.
but it put a dent in my account. But we get emotional, but sometimes we just need that woman, to say, baby, listen, you took a hit, dust yourself off, and get back up. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
That-
gonna make
right.
you feel good, all of that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, all of that is good. All of that is good.
Because, us as women, we are nurturers. And if our man is having a bad day, honestly, and I can't say this enough, women, we have to be supportive. We have to make them feel like they're the king no matter what. You know, if you're having a hard time, you know, they sometimes just want to hear, baby, it's going to be okay. I'm here with you. We're in
That's
this
all
together.
that's really all.
That's
you know
it.
what? That's really all.
Yeah.
We're not looking. And let me just say this. And I know there's gonna be some backlash to this. When we going through our little shit, sometimes giving us head ain't the answer. You know what I'm saying? No. Hear me out.
Okay.
No. Hear me out.
Okay, go
Hear me
with
out.
it.
Sometimes head is not the answer. When you hold me and tell me everything's gonna be all right, I can forget about the head, but I'll never forget what you said to me.
Because you were consoled and you're
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong.
You know
But
what?
Head is definitely always
You know what?
welcome in my household.
Listen,
Okay.
There's a saying because and I don't know who actually said it, but it says, you know, in time, you know, people are gonna forget your deeds, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
There you
Right,
go.
And yeah.
That's
And
exactly.
you know, it's funny that you say that because I try to live my life like that. You know, we mess up sometimes, you know, but if you think about how you made somebody feel, they'll never forget that. You know, you have to spread that around. Now, let me just say this, because I'm going to get back to the head thing, because I wasn't going to just let you walk away from that.
And my homeboy ain't let me walk away from that one either.
Yeah, so you saying after she says, baby, everything going to be all right, I'm here with you. You saying after that, after you've been consoled, you're still not interested in him?
No, I never said that.
I'm going to say you're a lie.
I never said that.
Okay.
Console me and console him too.
Chase said, oh, hell no. Damn holding me.
Yeah. No, listen. And my buddy just said, my man Lego just said, but head with words. Awesome. Yeah, Lego.
I'm saying he said,
Yeah, Lego.
I don't want no head.
Head with words. Awesome.
That's
And-
the winner. That's the winner.
That was the winner. That's the winner of the day.
Exactly.
Congratulations, Lego.
I'm sitting here looking at him like,
No, I'm
you
not.
said
No,
what now?
no. Listen. If I'm coming home, and I just had like a messed up day, where you know some of us men we get emotional, where we shedding tears. At that point in time, you got to know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Getting on
right.
your knees is not.
Yeah.
That's not the time. You know what I'm saying?
You have to know your man.
Yeah, you gotta know your
Well, we
name.
ain't saying, I mean, you have a rough day or I'm going to drop down to my knees, but after consoling you, you know,
I mean, after you console me, then
I might push you down to your knees.
no.
Or-
Listen. After you console me, listen. The mic is all yours.
Well, I done had to work hard to console you, so I ain't interested now.
Ain't that a bit? Now we back to crying now.
Fetal position.
Right. You know. Now we back to crying now.
And I mean, it works
Oh,
both ways
man,
because
that's
I
funny.
think that sometimes, you know, when we're going through stuff, I think that men sometimes feel like, well, you know, come here, your way of consoling is, you know, intimacy, but maybe in that moment we don't want that.
But see, just like he just said, you gotta know your lane. And men, we know what to do and when to do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you are women will cry. They will have an emotional time and the whole 9 yards. Men, that's not a time to get on your knees. That's a time to hold her because
yes, Lord.
you know she needs to be held.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She needs to be held. If you don't understand that, then she going to go and find someone that's going to hold her. Mm-hmm. Now, it may not be another guy, but the another guy may be her father. There are some women that don't that feel like that the man doesn't console them the way that their own father will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got your father that will say, baby girl, it'll be all right. You my daughter, you strong, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do what you need to do. You know, versus coming from us, we may be like, oh, baby, it's all right. You know, you good. You know, you still beautiful. You still attractive.
But you know what? You made a good. I mean, what you just said there is a father. Well, most likely he learned how to elicit that type of response because when he was young, he'd probably be like, "You all right?" You know, but now it's like, and it all comes to, you knowing your partner, you knowing what to do, and and how to. And it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we try to solve problems. We try to solve your
You all are fixers.
when y'all want us to empathize.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this is the part I'm trying to understand, and I need to know the answer to this. Why is it that some women, because there's not a woman on this earth, and there's not a man on this earth that can't say that when their woman come in the house, or when their man come in the house, that you can't physically see on their face that there's something wrong. And yet you sit there
and do nothing
and say nothing. You can't, like, you not even my woman or my wife, you my friend, and yet you saw something going on with me where it was like, you alright?
Because we're friends.
Right.
It takes knowing, be it a friend, be it your partner. We've been friends for a few years now. So I know when something's wrong because I pay attention.
Right.
But not everybody is that insightful.
So I'm trying to understand, why is it that we as men or women are not paying attention more to our spouse? And then we wonder, and we sit there with our mouth open, when we say something to him, that person lashes out. Now, it ain't right for that person to lash out, but if you are paying attention, the minute that person come in the door, because first of all, if you a man or you're a woman, you come in the door, your woman or your man should be greeting you. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. They should be greeting you. Hey, baby, a hug, or hey, baby, how you doing, or how was your day, or whatever. Usually that's the break of the conversation to actually say what's going on. Absolutely. Now, if I say, hey, baby, what's going on? Nothing. Right then and there, red flag, something's going on. Let me give you about 5 or 10 minutes to get in the house to get adjusted. Then I'm going to come to you and say, what's happening?
Yeah.
But don't get in your feelings.
Well,
damn, all I did was just say, how you doing?
I'm going to read Chase's comment. No one's forehead is made of glass. We can't read your mind. However, just make yourself available in all caps for your next breakdown. Just my opinion. Well, I think if I've been in the house for an hour and like you said, if you know me and you know that something's wrong and you haven't said anything, and then when you finally say something, it's not to ask me what's wrong, I'm going to have a goddamn attitude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Especially, but see, some of us, we wait. Like, if something didn't happen to us, we look forward to coming home to want to share.
Yeah.
But if you ain't saying what's wrong or haven't noticed that something was wrong, I'm like you. I'm gonna be pissed.
I have an attitude.
I'm gonna challenge you there because you said if you come in the house and or they don't respond to your body language, you're gonna have an attitude.
Well, you know me. So you know that something's wrong and you don't say anything. You continue to sit there and watch TV. And then when you finally say something an hour later, it might be something like, what we having for dinner? Goddamn right I'm going to have an attitude.
What happened to the business mode where you say, you know what, turn off the TV, I need to talk?
Well, I'm expressive anyway, but I'm saying in general, if I come in and you don't acknowledge that you had a rough day or whatever, I'm probably gonna feel some kind of way.
I'm gonna have to jump with
because if what you say is what are we having for dinner, and you
bullshit.
know me well enough to know that there's a problem.
But sometimes people make mistakes. Sometimes people don't pick up on it. And I think in situations like that, I think we leave it up to chance. Because if I don't address it, later on, let's say for you, it takes an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people it takes months. And then next thing you know, you're arguing over dumb stuff. because
Well,
of that,
all from that
resent-
moment.
off that resentment.
Exactly.
That hasn't never been
Yeah,
resolved.
but and I think that happens a lot because it starts off small, and then it builds, and then you reach that pinnacle, and it's
Yeah.
like one thing. It could be you spill juice on the floor,
You
but it's
squeeze the
all
tooth-
the stuff that happened.
Squeeze the toothpaste
Exactly,
from the top.
but
You know, I
and
can't
you're
say
not
that.
even yelling at that. You're yelling because of all of the stuff that happened before that you never got to discuss.
Right.
The thing with me, I'm verbal because I always feel like if I keep it in, I'm going to be so stressed out. So I got to get it out.
Well,
Too
thank
much
God
work.
you're at a point you're mature enough to actually let it out without letting it go.
Yeah, I'm not
But
going
there are
to,
some-
there
There
are
are some people who keep that in.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
can't.
And then they suppress it and they don't even know why they're upset.
Right,
Why
yeah.
they looking at you from across the room and can't stand you.
Right, or talking about if I had a knife, I'd throw it across the room, that kind of thing,
Well, let me ask you a question because we talked about this in our last show about soulmates. So, let me know if I'm wrong, but if you are connected with your soulmate, you should feel when that person come in the door, whether it's body language or first couple of words, you should feel if something's wrong.
Let
But
me
if I
challenge
miss-
that for a second.
But if I miss it, right?
Now-
it doesn't mean I love it less. It's just
True.
I miss it because I got something on my mind.
Right.
Now, I said when we spoke of soulmates, because you're married doesn't necessarily mean you married
That's
your
just so
soulmate.
right.
I think that people need to really understand that.
Right.
But I think that if you've been together a while, you still learn one another. They may not be your soulmate, but they've been with you long enough to know you.
Right. Let me ask you a question. You cook dinner every night or every other night in your house?
Well, summertime, so maybe like every couple nights.
Okay. So let's say if I get home before you and I'm used to what you call the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So your pattern may be coming home, hey baby, and then starting dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular day, you come home, hey baby, hey, and then you go sit somewhere or you go out, sit out back on the porch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a sign.
Yeah.
That's a sign. Because if I'm sitting in the living room, I would expect for you to come sit next to me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go sit out back, that's a sign that something's wrong.
Right.
That's not your usual pattern. So do we sometimes fail to miss the sign? Yeah.
Well, we're human,
Yeah,
so we may not pick up on everything.
Yeah, but at the same token, when let's say you're at home and your wife comes home, you know if something wrong the minute you speak to her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that for everybody?
It's a tone.
But it really, like I said, it depends on it because let's say you got a partner who, okay, you go through this all the time where I know her well enough to leave her alone because she needs some time alone.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
But then
Okay.
again, somebody else, same situation.
Right.
You got to be up in their face and ask them because they want you.
They want you to.
So it's tough to say, across the board.
Because it does vary.
It really does.
But
You have
that's
to-
where communication comes in, right?
Right.
Because we don't have no problem if I come to you and I say, hey baby, how was your day? I don't want to talk right now.
Right.
That's not the green light for you to be like, well, why not? What's wrong with you? That's just a back away
back
for
off.
a minute,
Yeah.
give them time. And it's the
Right.
same way with men.
Mm-hmm.
Women back away, give the man some time to vent, in his mind, or because
Right.
he got to recognize that as he's starting to talk, you're not the issue.
Right.
You're not the issue. So give us time to process, or give the woman time to process first before she wants to talk.
And we seem to personalize it. If you're not talking, we begin to think it's something to do with us. And it's not, but that's how we perceive it.
Yeah. Can I ask why?
Really.
Like especially if we haven't seen each other all day, like why do y'all women think that?
Because they want to be in a you know, because I had conversations
Mhm.
like this before, because they want to be that person.
Yeah.
You know, because let's say a person like me who, you know, I'm a person who I don't get too high, I don't get too low. You know, if I do get high or emotional, that means, you know, it's few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't ask for help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just my nature. So, when I do ask for help, or if they're in a situation where they want to help, you know, they want to be that person.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, here's a situation where I need help, and I'm saying, you know what, I don't need your help.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do this alone. You know, they might feel a certain way. So, like I said, it depends, you know.
It does.
No, you know what? I can understand just what you just said. That last part,
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why y'all would get emotional. I can, especially if this is your man or your lady,
Because this man is
and they
always
want to
been
help.
there for
I can
me.
understand that.
Right.
This man rubs my feet, and he's my Superman, and here's my chance to be a superwoman to him.
Right.
He's not allowing me to take care of him.
Right.
And we look at that like you have rejected us.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
I've
so it
heard
becomes personal.
I've heard that before. And,
Yeah.
And you know, the first time I heard it, I was like, that's silly. But of course, you gotta.
But we're nurturers.
Right. You can't.
So, yeah.
The worst thing you can do in a relationship is dismiss someone's feelings.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because again, that's where the, you know, those resentment comes in, and then
No
next thing
sex.
you know, yeah, next thing you know, you're looking at them sleeping like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you know, if you ever have the opportunity to read Men Are From Mars, it really is interesting when you look at the
I
opposite.
bought that book 4 times, and I ended up giving it away. Because
Really?
To some brother who, you know, I was counseling, or at the
Okay,
time, I said, hey,
okay.
man, I said, and the most interesting thing about that one chapter about tasks, right? And that was really deep about, you know, men look at tasks, like, or duties and stuff like that, things that we do for women.
Mm-hmm.
We give, depends on what the duty is, we give it a point value. Like, I took you to the Bahamas. That should at least be like 40 points.
What?
Right? You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm telling you.
Why you shortening yourself?
Huh?
The Bahamas 40?
More?
Okay, 80 points.
Shit.
What are you saying? It
That
should
shit
be?
should be about 70 points.
But look, here's the deal.
And I'm just saying.
And women look at the Bahamas as 1 point.
What?
The same as taking out the trash, the same as washing the dishes. and
That's no
starting
points
the
in their eyes.
But I'm saying they
Well,
look
it all adds
at
up.
all.
Washing the
Yeah.
cars are 1.5 point.
But I'm saying taking you to the Bahamas might be. I'm not.
It might be 5 points.
Yeah, it might be 5 points.
Yeah.
Where we looking at it as, well, Dad, I took you to the Bahamas. Why you tripping about me? You know, not washing the dishes. You know
that shoes on the other foot when it comes to them, right?
Oh yeah.
You know
if I
that
take
shoe
you
on
to
the
the
other foot when it
Bahamas,
comes to them, right?
That's 75 points.
I knew you were gonna add 5 to my 70.
Because I'm petty. Don't judge me.
I knew you were gonna add 5 to my
It was
70.
eliminating it. And the same thing about caves. You know,
Yeah.
men would go into the cave when we because it's our safe place. We just come. And where women
Right.
are like rubber band. You know,
Yeah.
it was deep, man.
That's
And
what I'm
it took
saying.
me
If you get a chance,
I
you
read that
should
in my
read it.
20s, man.
You should
They
definitely
kinda-
Men
read
up
it.
from
Mars and women are from
And
Venus.
it's all about
Okay.
the same thing. It's just different languages
Just-
that
yeah.
women speak versus men.
Yeah.
And I ended up giving that book away, man. You know, I said,
Yeah,
"Hey,
I'm gonna have to
just
get that
read-
for my
read this
son.
chapter."
Uh,
Okay. I gotta read
yeah.
that.
It's a good book. It's definitely a good read.
I hope it's better than
50 Shades.
think like a
I
man,
read that.
think like a woman, or be a man, or think like a woman, or
Was
something.
that Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
But I mean, even with that, I didn't really think that was deep. I mean, I think that some of the things he said, I think a lot of us women already knew. And as far as the 90-day rule, I tend to believe that if a guy is going to be with you long term, he's going to be with you whether it's one night or 90 days.
Absolutely.
So I never been hung up on
90
I
day
better
rule.
wait because he may not be with me. He may not be the one for you if he's not.
especially when you don't want it as much as we do.
And that's what I'm saying. I think,
Even though they
and
try to
here's
feel
the
like they
thing.
don't.
I say this to women a lot. We live in a male-ruled society. So if a woman is promiscuous, and you know we brought this up at Corinthians, she's labeled a whore.
Right.
I don't think that she's a whore. I think that she's just a woman who loves sex. But men view her as somebody that's really promiscuous or that she's a whore.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you all throw your piece on the table many times. Does that make you a whore? Of course not, because this is a male-driven society.
No argument there.
Yeah, so the double standard didn't come from women. It came from men to make women feel like we shouldn't be comfortable in our sexuality.
Mm.
Don't judge us.
No, we don't.
Right.
Shades. Shades.
You know, because I hear that a lot. And what you said at Corinthians was, I don't want the woman that's open like 7-Eleven.
No, I don't think no man do.
But I mean,
Yeah, but you're right. But at the same time, do you mind if a man has experience?
most of you have.
But
Correct.
Let's say we. hook
I've
up.
had
Let's
a
say-
guy
let's say
that's
you
had
meet
a
me,
lot of experience.
And you meet me and we honest and you say, well, how many people you been with? I've been about 75.
Can I ask, I'm just going to make this statement about that. I never asked that question. Yeah, I think that is a ridiculous question because
Yes, it is.
people had a life before the two of you met. So I never asked that question.
Yes, it is.
I don't freaking care. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to make me...
But maybe make that your next poll question.
Yeah, that's going to be my
Ask-
next
ask
poll
to
question.
Women, does it matter how many people?
I'm going to ask the men and women because I
Yeah.
think that you all are so judgmental about women being promiscuous. I'm just...
We always want to be your best or be the best.
Well, you could
It
still
goes
be her
both ways.
best. You know, she could have
It's
had a
both
bunch
ways.
of crap.
It's both ways.
You know?
I give you a prime example. If we ask the woman, well, we never gonna ask a woman how many men you slept with. That's never a conversation we'll have with a woman. But let me tell you what we gonna feel. We feel, some of us feel like that if we smash her the first time, I know they
I
gonna
think
tell the
that
truth.
some might tell the
I
truth.
know they gonna tell the truth, but
I
we
think if
feel
the number is small, I think they'll tell the
And
truth.
if it's a double-digit number, they're gonna take either the left number or the right number. If
They're going to
double-digit-
subtract 10.
If it's 18, they're gonna take the 1 or the 8.
Right.
And it's all domestic. When you talk about when you went to Jamaica, that don't count.
That don't count.
It's only domestic.
Oh,
dick.
yeah, that's something. What did I call that?
Domestic dick.
Yeah, it was something. Did I call it that? Yeah. That is,
but we not
have
gonna, we not
diplomatic
worried about that.
immunity. That's what we have, diplomatic immunity.
But we'll feel like
Yeah.
if we smashed on the first night, how many other guys smashed?
Because that's our insecurity, yeah.
And
Right.
that's absolutely
Instead of you thinking,
it. Yeah.
Instead of
yeah.
you thinking, you know what, I got game. Even though, you know what, she gave this up to you, you know, and that's, unfortunately, that's just the way we are.
And
Well,
I think
yeah.
that that's embedded in men. You know, if, damn, I got it this night. How many dudes did she do? You all think like that because I think it was taught to you.
Or,
But women-
What about this? She go down, you know, she give you head. You're like, dang, girl, this is the best head I got. You know, she ain't learned that overnight.
Oh man.
But she could be like me and like porn. I'm just saying.
No.
Really?
Really?
There's some application.
You got to be kidding. You got to be kidding. Let me tell you like this. If we have a woman that make our toes curl, where I should literally take it off and put it on the mantelpiece because you won that trophy.
Yeah.
She ain't learned that overnight.
Look, very like.
Well, she
It wasn't
could've-
like she was using
Well,
bananas
hold
and
up.
peanut
Since
butter.
we're talking about that, she could have practiced on a banana like you used the pillow. Hold up. You didn't hear it. He said he learned how to eat snatch by, by a pillow. You want to share that? You don't be choking now. I'm just
Hey, you better jump on my stomach or something. Oh my God! Why did I know you was coming in the back door like that? Oh my God! I should have kept my mouth closed.
Y'all saying that a woman couldn't have learned how to suck a dick really good on a vibrator or on a banana or a zucchini. But this one here learned how to eat coochie from a pillow. Now, first of all, who thinks?
Don't fucking judge me.
God damn, this pillow. Ooh, I'm gonna tear the shit
Don't
out
fucking
of
me.
you.
No.
Saying,
Hold on. Don't be creating that. That's the book. Hey, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. That's not what the fuck I did.
But what I'm saying is the fact that it came to your mind and you were so moved to perform cunnilingus on a pillow.
Listen, I was young. Okay.
What? 20-something?
That was funny. That's funny. That's real funny.
That
was funny.
I mean, I need you to talk about this because I think that what you all are saying to me isn't fair. You're saying that a woman can't give good head and have learned from.
We're not saying, but is it most likely being done that way? Come on.
Watching porn, is it most likely that somebody would learn how to eat coochie from eating the hell out of a pillow?
Why do you keep saying eating the hell out of a pillow? I didn't eat that. You know what?
Well, then explain your story.
You get the stuffing out.
Okay.
Come on. Get over there and beat that drum.
You ate the stuffing out of it?
Get over there and beat that steel drum. That's what you can do for us right now.
Okay, give everybody that haven't heard the story. Give them the Cliff Notes version.
No, Jackie. Jackie.
I feel like the women have to
You got people. Now you got people that's watching. Now you got people that's watching that'll never invite me over their house because they feel like I'm gonna eat their. I'm gonna be like, boy, you showing the bathroom long.
Let me go check my pillows. My damn pillows off my bed.
Why are these pillows wet? Why nobody in here? Oh.
Why is it folded up like this?
Why the corners all chewed on?
Right. Yeah. There's a bulletin going out. Do not let him near your pillows.
No,
ma.
Right. That's the best hand I ever had.
No. Listen.
Pillow be like, call me.
No.
Okay. Like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang. Look, he pulled them.
Listen. Some of us, when you a child, and you grew up around women. I mean, sometimes your mind is open more than what it needs to be. And that's where my mind was.
I figure I'm pretty open-minded.
It was open where it needs to. It was too much open where it needs to be. I mean, I was so out there where my grandmother used to call me mannish. You so mannish.
Yeah, I remember that word.
You so mannish.
Yeah.
You're so mannish.
That's what they used to say about my brother.
I told my mom. I thought I was getting a compliment. Oh, I know I got manners. No, she said. No, you being mannish. That means you being like too fast or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was something that I visualized and it worked.
But let me just ask you, since we're talking about that, you say you visualized it. I mean, can you elaborate on that, please? What did you visualize that made you say, I'm going to tear you apart? Remember that scene in Coming to America or something? And your pillow too.
That's so terrible. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. You know what? Listen. When I begun my I know my godmother said I need prayer. I know. I appreciate all the prayers, Mom. It was like this. After I broke my virginity, guys talk, women talk. And women, the conversation that you would hear from women is that these guys was out here talking about what they can do as far as eating. And the woman gave them a shot. and they found out they was garbage. They found out that they didn't know what they was doing. It was just a waste of time for them laying there. So I felt like I didn't want to be that guy.
Right. You didn't want to be the talker.
I didn't want to be the talk.
Yeah.
So there were times I would, I may look at little poem books or whatever, but when I saw what a clitoris looked like, I saw 4 corners of a pillow. And I visualized, okay, just take that one corner and just learn how to just, do your thing. I mean, it wasn't like, see, the one thing that you don't want to do is, go in there and a woman thinking that you're going to, eat it up, tear it up. and you just, double dribbling all over. Dribbling and drooling all over the, no woman want to do that. They don't want to go through that. They don't want you starting to eat and then you go to sleep.
Who does that?
I've been guilty a couple times, but I was tired. I was tired from work.
Really?
I was tired, yeah.
You thought that was the pillow?
No, I'm talking about like in the middle of eating,
Yeah.
and then I, dozed off to sleep. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I mastered the situation, and once I mastered the situation, then I just went on with it. Now, some people may think that it's funny because of the pillow, but
it is hilarious.
But the thing about it is, I've never, and I can say never, had any bad recalls.
Well, the pillow can't talk.
I'm not talking about the pillow. You know what? Hey, you still laughing. Get over there and beat that drum. Drink some more wine. I'm just saying. Listen. If a woman don't know how to give head, there are things for her to learn how to give head. There are cucumbers. There are bananas. Peanut butter on the banana. What else? Suckers. Like lollipops or something like that. But that's never really helpful. But there are ways, a bottle.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out how I would feel if a woman comes to me and, we open, and she says, well, I like this and I like that. I like to be choked. I like to do this and I like to do that. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I'll be like, okay, cool, but
okay.
Who'd you experience this with?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, in that case, yeah, there are certain things that that you like. I kind of like, the little choke thing a little bit.
Oh my God.
Again, I always say I like to be kind of like pushed up against the wall, and I'm kind of a wild child. I've said this on, a few shows. I like to wrestle. That turns me on. But again, how many, if a woman came to you and say, listen, if you just wrestle me, that like really turns me on, would you be intimidated?
Body slam.
What? No body slam.
1, 2, 3.
I'm not talking about
There's no tag team in this.
Elbow. Talking about high school.
Listen. High dick drop.
Not raw. Not the raw. No.
You on top of the ropes?
Right.
Don't put me in the
oh yeah, brother, dig it.
Sexy.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
Figure 4 leg
Well,
lock.
my thing is, you've acquired that liking, by experimenting. And then like, oh, dang, how did we get here?
Like
yeah.
Do men think that way? How did we get here? How did she get to that point?
We never care. Name one man that cares.
Richard.
Name one. Yeah, Richard.
Crossed my mind.
Damn, thank you. I thought you was gonna leave me hanging and I'll be on my side for a change. Thank you. Now we laughing at you.
I'm on either side.
Yeah, you I appreciate that.
It would cross my mind.
Right? Really?
But you wouldn't deny her.
It ain't no deal.
Okay, Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
It ain't a deal breaker.
Right.
Shit, ain't deal breaker with me neither.
Well, we know that. I don't really think that you have a whole lot of deal breakers.
Oh, I got some deal breakers.
What?
Let me read this comment my godmother was just saying. I'll tell you. My godmother said, because she talking about me. because he was a horny little boy.
Well,
And that's
yeah.
what all horny little boys do.
Eat
Have
pillows.
lovely relations with their pillow. It's either the pillow or the hand.
Did you have both?
Let's move on.
You like froze right
Cause
in
that
the middle
question,
of your
cause
laugh.
that question sprung up like cancer.
Well,
But
that's what happens.
I got it. Really? No, yeah. I mean, what was the question again? What was the question again?
You
But-
had both.
Huh?
Relations with your hand and the pillow.
No,
Never.
not both. You trying to make me to be a
No, I'm asking.
a sick motherfucker?
Is that sick because you use your hand?
I don't think. Let me tell you like this. I don't think that
You've
it's
never
it's-
given yourself a hand job?
No, I never said that I didn't.
Well,
I never said that I didn't.
What do you say?
I give them a hand job every day when I'm washing them. That's a hand job.
Clearly. it's not
Close your
what I'm
eyes
talking
and think
about.
about it.
I
Yeah,
want to.
got her.
That's not a visual I want to see.
Oh man, really? Now she back on your side. Now she back on your side.
She's back on the light side. Now
Right.
she's on the dark side.
Right,
Yeah, I
right,
left the dark
right.
side.
Right. But I have every man has a deal breaker. And I do have deal breakers. I do have deal breakers.
Name one.
Putting your hands on, right? Or you talking about sexual deal breakers?
Or just
No, you talking about
relationship.
sexual deal breakers,
Well, yeah,
right?
what's your sexual deal breaker?
Don't try to go on my butt.
But she could put her tongue back there.
Damn. Damn.
I mean, because if you gonna say,
The bad part about it, she on point and she ain't even ate her grades yet.
I eat my grades.
She ain't even ate her grades yet. No, that's no. Listen, I got caught one time. Okay, that's that. Okay. Let's move to another deal breaker.
We can move
I
to
don't
another
do. I
deal
don't
breaker.
do. I don't. I mean.
But you shouldn't have led with that.
I don't like my feet sucked.
Okay.
Lick, suck. No. That's a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
Don't go near my feet. Please. You might get kicked in the mouth. Sorry.
Well, you know what my deal breaker.
Anything else is not. Well, yeah, we know your deal breaker.
Yeah.
Your deal breaker is, a man
You're
trying
not
to take it
going
in the
back
butt.
door. You're
Yeah.
not going back door. I don't even like
But-
thong.
But here's the thing. Now, I wish Richard Sensational was here because you did say in 2017,
That was bullshit.
ain't that a mother,
That is like
a
just
queen lie? A queen lie?
no, that is like
A queen lie?
Ah.
That is a queen's lie?
That was to get y'all quiet.
Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, those who don't know, she said that she was going to try teabagging in 2017. And now she's saying that she said this.
It wasn't the tea bag, and y'all were talking about back door, and I just
No,
said,
no. We knew you wasn't going to do the back door.
Right.
But we was wondering about the teabagging.
Teabagging is doable.
Right.
That's doable. I just haven't felt moved to do that. Don't judge me, shit.
I'm just saying. I'm just
I
saying.
have to feel motivated.
Every man will freak out if a woman asks them to teabag them. They will freak out. I think that's just open door.
So you teabagged, and is she still alive?
Yeah, she's still.
I see what you did there. I was like,
Did you see that? Did you see that?
I didn't see it coming, but I saw
Did you
what
see
she.
that?
It was like, whoa.
That's the reason why she rocking back and forth playing it. Oh, there's the exit door. Let me take that right there.
Oh, wow.
Because did you know every time I have these little zingers, you walk right into it. I feel like you're setting it up for me.
But you know what though, and I'm telling you,
Yeah, that was
Quiet storm.
Right.
Quiet
It's
storm.
like, you know,
Listen,
you
listen.
violate,
It's never
you know.
intentional. Do you hear what I'm saying?
She's smooth
It's
with it.
never intentional. I say it and then I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
And I ain't got no other choice but to look over at her.
Look, I gotta see what I gotta watch out for.
Yeah, exactly. I told you, man, this shit come in threes.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
I'm telling you, better watch yourself. Better watch yourself.
You laying low.
Better
You laying
watch
low.
yourself. You better. I need to start laying low too. But
Yeah, it's weird that y'all stuff blew up at the same time.
huh?
I said it's weird that y'all stuff blew up at the same time.
Yeah, it is. It's yeah.
Like back to back.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it the same? Is it the same thing like like when women spend a lot of time together, their menstrual cycles line up? Is that the same thing?
You
ain't answering me.
no,
Because I'm not even going to answer. You
I
set me up.
noticed
No.
in the
drama.
family.
Nope.
Manly drama happened at the same time.
It's yeah.
Rhetorical.
It was but oh yeah, that's a good question. I'm glad you brought that up. Have you participated in sex when they were on their period? I'm asking both. Would you consider licking while they're on their period?
Looking what?
What you think? Not their hand?
No sex schedule for me.
Well, somebody ain't.
Ain't it time for you to beat the drum? Ain't it time for you to beat the drum?
Oh God! I mean, he over there trying
Ain't
to
it time
hold
for you to beat the
it
drum?
in.
And you set her
Oh my
up for that
God,
one.
that's what I'm saying. He did.
You might as well give her a high
I
five.
didn't even know.
It ain't gonna be complete without the high five. Ain't that a
I
motherfucker?
didn't even know.
Man.
I'm just saying. I mean,
No
I know
comment, man.
women that I've never been that girl that wanted to have sex during that time of the month. That was my cleansing, man. But I know women that don't mind. I know men that don't mind. No. So I always thought that was nasty, but no judgment, but since you have, were they light or heavy?
Are you talking about Mr. Sensational?
I'm talking about Dr. Love. Dr. Lou. Dr. Lou.
Why are you doing this to me?
You just keep walking into
It's
it.
the third time. You got me 3 times, Joe. 3
You
times.
keep walking
3
into
times,
it.
Joe.
It's like he said.
The second one I didn't walk into,
It's
he
like
set
he
it up.
said, he did set it up. He
Oh
set that
my
up real
God,
good.
man.
It's
I'm
like you're
just
saying, here I am. I'm wide open.
Yeah.
Jackie, what you want to talk about?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like they doing the volley. They setting the volley up for me to come in and hit it.
It was an out-of-body experience. Out-of-body
But they tell me
experience.
when men do that to women, that it drives that man crazy. I mean, is that so?
Beat the drum!
We're gonna take a break and let Mr. Sense.
Thank you for the break.
We're gonna let the Quiet Storm serenade us. We missed them last week, so
Sheesh.
he's gonna serenade us with some smooth tunes.
Mark, what's happening?
He in here?
No, another guy.
I think the lady gone. Okay. You feel me?
what we do up in here.
Give your contact information before you start your next one. Oh, you can rest them?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. First I was afraid. I was petrified.
I spent so many nights getting high and getting wrong, but I grew strong and I'm high to get along. Yeah, I know. You let me look up in your face.
I got all my lucky years. I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey.
That's how we do.
Baby. Yes, yes.
And a little bit of CeeLo, huh?
Okay.
Yes.
Your contact.
Richard Semper, look me up on Facebook, YouTube.
Telling you, that's how we do.
That's how we do, baby.
Started
We got
off.
the quiet storm.
Started off with the fuck you.
He must.
That was it.
And then after we said fuck you, we will survive.
That's right. That's right. That's right. There was something for everybody.
Fuck you, I'm surviving.
Let's see.
I'm a survivor.
Right. Oh, if you had did that, I was straight gonna get up. I'm a survivor.
You done made him
Yeah, I done made me. Yeah.
Down.
We'll do Beyonce next week.
No.
Okay.
I ain't gonna really get up though. I mean, I'll support you.
You're not gonna get up?
I'll support you.
What you gonna play, Beyonce? Get 'em body.
Yeah.
That's not a song.
Love on top.
Shit.
It
You know what?
It depends on.
You know what? I
It
got
depends on what the
a
subject is. You know, this was appropriate for this week.
That's true. That's true.
I got a song.
We're gonna bring our fetish topic back.
I got a song that I liked it from
So
them.
fetish next week? Freaks
Yeah,
freaks
because
come out
the
night.
freaks come out at night. That's our topic.
Okay.
Why do they come out at night? Why can't they just come out during the daytime?
Because you can't see the shit they do at night.
You saying that from experience?
I'm just saying.
Coming up next, before we close out, come celebrate with me Friday, July 14th at Corinthians Restaurant and Lounge. 7107 Windsor Mill Road, Windsor Mill, Maryland 21244. We'll be celebrating from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. I love the opportunity to mingle with our supporters. I want to be able to dance with each and every one of you that show up because the Queen loves to dance. Saturday night I'll be celebrating at Slate Lounge. I'm not sure what time that's going to be. I have to get with the owner of Slate and find out the time for that. So if you don't get to come out Friday, please come out Saturday and save me a dance. I'll have Dr. Love on hand. Not sure about Mr. Sensational and the Quiet Storm. You know, this is a busy time for him. Are you coming one of those nights?
Yeah, I'll slap.
Okay. He'll slide. He'll slither.
Slither through.
So, final thoughts on tonight's topic.
Well, you know, tonight's topic
We were all over.
we was all well not really all over, but it wasn't what we were supposed to discuss.
Well,
You know, but you know, it was everything was meant to be said
It was
the way it was
appropriate.
said.
You know,
That's how I feel.
I always look at, like, at the end of our shows, I think of, like, I always look back and reflect and say, okay, what have I learned? And I think today I learned that, you know, and we were kind of talking about it earlier, I was like, things happen,
Yeah.
you know, relationship goes in ways, ups and downs, but, you know, it depends on where you are in a relationship.
Absolutely.
Is how you handle
Absolutely.
the turmoil
Yeah.
and how you deal with, you know, various situations.
And I'll say for me, the person that I was maybe at 27, I'm so different now. I'm not so much a reactor. I've always been cut to the chase, but my perception is different. Everything isn't cut and dry, like maybe I once thought, you know. But I think it comes with time. You learn a different way of how to approach, you know, whatever the situation may be. Definitely I would stress communicating, because if you let one issue go and there's no resolve and then something else happens, it turns into a volcano. And, you know, then you're at each other's throat when you could have resolved the small situation first. And marriages, you know, they're always evolving, and both parties have to evolve. You know, you've been married a long time and one person is still stuck 15 years ago and the other person has moved on. That's not a good place to be, you know, especially if only one is willing to work. So definitely think about that in your relationships. If you're not in a relationship, go into it with an open mind. Ask those questions that you need to ask, so that'll determine if you want to go further in that relationship. Sometimes we go into marriages and not understand fully what we're looking to get out of it. And then you're stuck and they're like, this isn't really what I want. I see that happen a lot. So people, y'all got to have these conversations. We will be back here next Monday. And our topic will be, and since we all are in agreement, fetishes and the freaks come out at night. So
Now,
we're definitely
if
going
we
to
don't-
dive into that.
If we diving into it, please don't forget.
The list.
Yes, because I didn't get a chance to see that last time.
Yeah.
Are costumes this optional this time?
No costume.
No, hold up.
costume. It's too hot for that shit.
It's not too hot.
Jackie, I ain't messing
Man,
with
see
you.
what you mean?
Now the wheels are turning like
I know,
costumes.
I could see her thinking
We're
that.
doing costumes?
It was comedy.
Because I think periodically we should do costumes.
It was comedy.
I'm
It
not-
was comedy.
Well, y'all know how I feel about the costumes.
crazy.
I'm like always ready. We dressing up. Yeah. I can bring my whip.
We're going to wear our gray sweatpants.
That's come from Naked Man.
Please don't do that.
Naked
He
Man.
sent me a picture of gray sweatpants. They were shorts. And he said the three of you were going to wear that today. Save it for next Monday. The freaks come out at night.
First of all, I can't wear no gray sweatpants. them bitches would look like Speedos on me. I'm not.
like when the Hulk.
Yeah, no, it ain't gonna be no Hulk. Well, yeah, it probably be some
You're
Hulk
gonna be
shit.
an Incredible Hulk. Nobody better not make you angry.
But,
Because it's gonna be on one leg. So. And I'm glad YouTube saw that one. Yeah, she didn't get no love on that one. None. Left me hanging, y'all.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I did.
That was good.
Yeah, I did. You didn't get
Well,
no love.
YouTube land, we will see you next Monday. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all of your support. YouTube, Facebook. We love y'all.
Always.
Always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night.
You know.
I'm hitting my Russell Simmons. God bless and good night. Since
Right.
Mr. Sensational isn't here to do it.
Right.
Hit that red button.